I was recently introduced into the concept of man-child, and suddenly I realized what was kind of my struggle while moving forward during the life. I always feel that it's hard to push myself to do things, but usually I just avoid doing them. And I knew that it would take like some kind of concentration and environment engineering around my room, my brain, my time, and things which belongs to me. So to make it work, to study something, to be successful at work, and to do things. And last half of the year was hard because I left my job. I left a pretty stable job in management and went to software engineering internship. Suddenly, why would you need it? Like at almost 25 years old. But definitely, I was willing to be more valuable on the market, which means not just making money, but just generally with a purpose to help people by having more skills and by exploring yourself and exposing to external challenges which might appear during internship or whatever it is. My story started when I was 22 years old. I had nothing, and I had a dream in my head that I should somehow become a software engineer so I could make money, so then I can be more healthy, less stressful, and do fundamental studies for more stable job in the future in case, or whatever. Just having more free time, and having me for free time means you can do just more things in your life. Because if you just have free time and just have no money, so it like this free time is useless. And of course, in that case, probably the education isn't the thing that bothers you that much. It might bother you if any job you find around you doesn't pay bills enough, and you like, I need education, even if I'm going to starve, like I'm just going grinding through days. But it also involves the fact that the education should be accessible, so you need to have kinda at least somehow decent professors, or somehow some direction and access to labs, and something what will what will improve your journey, which will, I'd say, enhance your journey, so then you landing a job with making sure you plus on top really can make for this business some value, or for the industry. So my country and my region sucks, and blaming my region, blaming whatever, blaming family I've born at. So excuses, we're not interested about excuses, okay? We just should work towards getting out of it, and sometimes it's like I have no idea, like if it, for me, life looks like ups and downs, and a long time ago I believed it should be go straight only up. But especially when it comes to discipline and self-control, you feel that it should be going only up, and when it's dropping, it's just harder to let the wheel spinning again. I lost the main point of what I'm trying to say, what I was trying to say. So I just got lucky I got disciplined and more healthy, so it lead me to better job. I mean, I got some success at job and then switched to other job. I got lucky, and while all that happening, my studies wasn't that hard, and I had topics I was interested about. I was studying math, and I talked about it a lot on this channel, but my videos from half of a year ago, not even close to my mental state in which I'm right now, because my mental state in most of cases is like I don't know, alpha male, just say by joke, but somebody who coming on the internet to inspire other people. But here it more looks like a rat from position of weak person. I don't know, it's just the way I feel right now. I don't feel myself from the position of power, you know. And I spent so many years of my life in this fucking stupid state. So I almost like promised to myself I never get back to this state. Either I'm going to kill myself with some job and like anywhere rather than be in this state where you like have no direction. It's crazy. But what I was trying to say is yeah, priorities in life. Health is important, sleep is important, walking is important, gym is important. I don't visit it right now. I don't not even have motivation. I don't even have a need for this. Like before it was a need. I was studying something and I couldn't let myself sit still, so I needed to go to the gym and get this energy out, while I had my main priority as a studying the subjects, and I believe that university will get me far away. But the only thing that helped me in life was job at the moment, and the most skills I acquired at the job with the real people, and probably just the way it works for my brain. But online degree, not that didn't give me anything. No, it gave me pretty much cool plan and direction and list of subjects which I need to study to be a professional at something. But anyways, jobs in my region sucks, access to lab sucks, and practical experience, you're lacking of practical experience, and you don't have internships. And I'm not sure those classical engineering jobs will lead me to land any job to relocate to Europe. Even though the computer science degrees and so on sucks right now in Europe, this market, you know, landing a job seems to be hard. But I don't know if to believe in that, you know, because like from physical layer, from logical level of things, just think of it. First of all, you need people responsible for the code. You don't need just a person who's going to troubleshoot at any time. You need every single person to be responsible for every block of code, plus on top, so he can fix it fast if something breaks or generated code. Like, you assume by default that those people just use AI. You're not like firing them. Usually you hire more than you need just to like fill every possible gap, to like review every possible gap, and then you understand that you can review, like few people can review it faster, but it doesn't make it absolutely useless. It's like it just, this proportion of number of code lines to developers just became smaller. But it's not like you don't need developers at all, you know, like and it probably will never happen. I don't know, like this question about AI is really hard, because nobody knows how far it can get, and if it gets that far that it can write all the code on the planet. So what's going to happen is that it probably would be able to, you know, do even the labor job, and CS guys still can do like manual work. And yeah, What about the real engineering? I don't consider even this a big problem. It still seems for me, from now, if I would like to be an engineer, I would need to study for a year, probably, for electronics and something else probably, and then get hands-on experience, and that is. But the question is access to this environment. If you don't have this access, it's harder for you, my friend, and probably nothing going to help you. But what can help you is to stop blaming anybody and to start working on your discipline, on yourself, so making sure that the world around is broken, not you. It helps, it definitely helps by the time, especially studying those fundamental subjects in academia, math or physics, so whatsoever. They're cool to make sure that you can land any job at least, which I didn't finish because I lost my job. I left it by myself because I was like, I was probably kind of mistake. I don't know. I don't care honestly because it's already done. So, and it's about software engineering. You still need a degree, my friend. To be accepted by the wide society. Like, definitely do it. Okay, you need to do it anyway. It's just take it as an effect, and the only thing you can do is to make your journey engaging by figuring out how to engage your brain into study and what is interesting might be absconding in the material you're giving. That's usually the question with which I'm coming to the materials. I'm coming with the question like, if there anything interesting, or they listed this topic and I'm pretty sure I know everything about the world around, I'm going to read through this topic and prove that it's absolutely useless. And I'm reading it, I'm understanding what they're trying to say, and then I'm like, okay, that makes sense. This function variation, which it's continuous, so this is what integral means. So why not to? We can use it here and there, and it seems to be quite cool idea. It can be useful in so many ways. They're cool. And physics, there are so many, our world is so strange, but then physicists here are the four Maxwell, here there are 4 formulas, and they explain at least half of what you see. The rest is mechanics. Good luck, my friend. This that is. And then you're coming to the real world out of academia, and you're like, I need a job. I did academia, it's cool, and it's 2026, and I'm not whining about this job market whatsoever. Time that we're living in is hard. Okay, we're all dying. Okay, let's just agree we're all dying. What you going to do today just for fun? If you're a curious person as me, you might start studying something. Math, physics, I don't know, building home robot, building home lab, whatever you want to, okay, we're all dying. So why should I be sad about it? I was talking about the topic of man-child. So if you're one, don't worry that much, to be honest. That's exactly the problem of your brain. It worries that much, what it implies. Your brain worries too much, and that's the only problem you're eating yourself. I understand you want to make sure as fast as possible that you're capable of doing several things, so you wouldn't live a poor life and starve. But to be honest, bro, nobody's sure about anything. This is their reality, and it's exactly what it implies to mean. Like, usually in the past, you could go for a walk and die, or be killed by somebody, by other person or animal. It's like, that's what life means, to be honest. So trying to substitute this understanding of the world might drive you crazy. And if you're an anxious person, I understand that you're trying to assure all the time that all things, if they go wrong, are calculated. Yeah, okay, I got it. It's pretty much fine. Still, you can live, and you can live pretty good life. And it starts with self-respect, I believe, and not trying to fool yourself. So if you're sitting at home and doing nothing, like, just take less responsibility. That's what I mean. Take less responsibility, allow yourself to be stupid and slow, and do small, stupid, slow thing, but do it. And do it in the pace you want. It better this lead you at least somewhere than you trying to juggling all the things at the same time and making no progress in terms of expertise, which is extremely valuable for our society in our time. I'm talking it in both sense, from perspective of career, of studying something, but sometimes you just shouldn't be going that deep and get practical experience as much as possible. But also I'm talking about general approach to mastering things, doing things, and interpret the life. I was studying math for 2.5 years, like to the professional level. I really want to become a professional at it. So I don't care what it is. I didn't know anything about math, to be honest, except of school, high school, I mean. And I was like, that seems to be something hard that few people really pay attention to understand. And that I'm going to do a freaking thing. I'm going to flip it back in terms of I'm going to be this specific stupid guy who paid to this enough attention, even though I'm sure I'm not the type of person and I'm not a patient person which want to easily dive into those things. So I'm going to do it. And I did it. And I took it with my pace. I'm not a genius. If I would be visiting like basic daily school, I would be full probably with less grades, because it's just harder for me to optimize my time. And I'm just this type of person, and I have nothing to do with myself. If you are the same way, you just somehow some kind of feel yourself that you shitty person, you should have done more, and you have nothing, and nothing works for you. Look, bro, okay, that can be you can be a shitty person, you might not be having everything that you wanted up to now. I started at 22. I was absolutely broke. I didn't even have a degree at 22 years old. Like, that was 3 years ago. Yeah, I was 21, and it was like, everyone at 21 already landed their dream job. They have so much. They achieved so much. And I was like crying as a baby. And at the moment I realized, okay, that might be a case. So I was so scared to take wrong steps, to do things wrong, to like look stupid in the eyes of others by doing something that I probably won't or consider right. So then I couldn't take responsibility for my actions or whatever. But you know what I realized? That now I'm turning 25 soon, and yeah, sometimes it feels that I'm kind of behind, The only mastery I get is in math, and it seems I even tricked it. I started from very, very, very simple tasks and then built on top of it something. And I didn't really go to college in that serious classical way. Oh, look how it's beautiful, my friend. Look, I'm living in kind of, it's a heaven in the real life. Oh my goodness. It's just a heaven, such a beautiful place. Yeah. And okay, you don't have everything what you wanted up to this moment. You may be 25 years old. You probably wished you would be this. You probably wish you would be that. Probably wished you put more actions in your daily life, more efforts, more, like go and explore more new things and opportunities. And look, I understand it. But if you get everything at 21 years old, like $1 million and everything, or like the best like job you ever dreamed of, let's say, what you going to do then? What you going to do after? Like, are you absolutely sure that you know what to do with this freedom? Don't you find it's boring if like this path to success would happen that fast? Don't you find it's boring? Don't you find it more romantic to take the harder path and to fail, but just to increase this self-belief by year and year, and just move in this direction even slowly, move at least in some direction, that's what I mean. Just don't give up on yourself. Just like don't give up. Okay, you don't have education, you're 25 or 30 years old now. What to cry about? You're standing in front of such a beautiful adventure of studying a lot of beautiful things as math and physics. It's like essence of this world. I'm in such a beautiful place again. And yeah, I understand it might be hard if you need to pay bills meanwhile, or you have family. Okay, I understand it. But what you can do is technically, I do think, take another year or two for preparation for yourself. Do it really, really hard. Study every subject even before, and then come to college and make it easier for you to pass, because you already know how to approach this subject and nobody would press on you. Like, this is still available even out of college. If you find a student or just a good teacher, is the only job you need to do is to find somebody who will guide you through this. I understand that everybody needs environment and deadlines to study really effectively, but to some extent, if you studied at least something in your life, you probably know how to study things on your own. It's not like that of a magic, but if not, I understand you. Yeah, I just like to study. I just like to explore new things, and sometimes it's hard for me when I get anxious about my financial state, as for everybody else in this world, probably. And yeah, when you don't come from place of power, it's okay. From this position of power, it's okay. If nothing yet fixed and perfect, it's okay. Yeah. I'm willing to be more realistic and logically sequenced person. Logically sequenced? Yeah, doesn't matter. I mean, the point of this video was that you still can move. You know, you still can move even with small steps, and you just need to sacrifice with several things in your life, which is paying attention to whatever anybody would think or whatever the time this path will take you. Because I went to the university with hope I will become classical engineer, because like degree, whatever the degree, electrical, mechanical engineer, any type of, will give you job in any way. Like it will give you job, not a software engineering job, not a high paying job, but it will give you job, and this job going to be better than being a waiter. Oh, might be better, I don't know, because I didn't like to be waiter, to be honest. It just wasn't, it was shaky. It was shaky plan for me. And it's become cold. Oh my goodness, it's really cold. It might take time. Okay. My scarf is killing me. It might take time. Not a year for you. Maybe not 2. Maybe even more. Nobody knows what this is going to result into. But be thankful to God if you have at least some clear path to your goal. Because for me now, in my local region, I don't see even classical degree working. Even a basic job of electrician doesn't seem to pay more than for waiter, and it's crazy. And like, I don't know. I don't want to excuse myself. I don't know where this, border of being excused by external circumstances and push yourself, because like sometimes I started to neglect so much the fact that external circumstances might matter, at least somehow. I was just pushing with blame. I was just blindly pushing, and yeah, it worked for me. And I was just happy with blindly pushing, I didn't care about anybody. I was like, just, guys, fuck off. I'm just doing whatever is going on, whatever it's given, whatever the responsibility or duty. I just know that I'm not going to move on my own. The only thing I know up to now is how to move with my responsibilities, and nothing else I'm going to accept. Learn software engineering on your own? No. I have other responsibility. It's studying university subjects, and it's the only thing I care about up until some moment. Yeah, doesn't matter, If you have this problem, if you're man-child, it probably will take for you a longer time to start taking responsibility of yourself. I started to grow up really only at 21, 22 years old. I started to realize that my shitty life was only my mistake, and nobody supposed to save me, and nobody going to be kind to me without the reason. I should just increase my value on the market. I should continuously study, work on my habits, health, friends, money, and so on. And yeah, it takes time to grow up and face their reality. And the most important thing is to learn how to sacrifice with your self-opinion, because at the moment I was neglecting every job. I was looking at the job market, at job positions, and I was like, that stupid person just doing this. I want to be a CEO. That was my thoughts at the moment. Could you imagine? And I thought I would be a CEO or something. Bro couldn't really comprehend and handle small responsibility, and he expects to become a CEO of something, or founder or businessman who can't control himself without external events happening. Yeah, that's the big question. But you will move, but you will get somewhere. It probably might be harder for you with education, with studying, with job, with being healthy, with whatever. It might be hard for you to act rather than think on something, but you still can like play with it around. You can, as I did at the moment. I knew I could do nothing than just study. The only thing I knew how to practically do, that's the only thing that I learned since I was a children, to write on the papers, and like just the process of writing. And I just started to do it. We're studying in the university, and it feels for me that it will take for me additional 10 years. I probably would be 35 years old or around at the day when I would say, yeah, I have nothing to regret about. Probably my life wasn't that bad, and I did a lot of bunch of cool stuff, and I will continue to be making even cooler stuff in my life probably. And yeah, this is the question, my friend. It's not like all the secrets that you're looking for on YouTube anywhere else are already with you. Those just absconding in actions, stupid actions, which you consider just to be stupid and not worth attention to, do them. And those exactly the steps which you might be doing. If you're scary to start a business, it's okay. I don't push for that. I never done it, and I hate the concept of it, because sometimes there was a moment in my life when I thought I don't need to study, I can just run a business any moment. And you know what it ended up with. I mean, it's already obvious that I haven't started anything because it was too complicated for kid who couldn't control himself. And engineering school helped with this a lot, to be honest. Taking serious the engineering school helped with it a lot. Even I couldn't take it up to the end with them, like on the third year I started more looking into internships and things, and like starting get out of my focus honestly a bit. And I started to think of what I'm going to do after the academia and studying all of the things, like if there are any applications really, because it looks like I already have the understanding of like what this education proposing. Because when I was studying, I had no idea what is like electrical engineering, control systems and stuff. And I was like, yeah, now possible companies which working with this is Rockwell and Siemens. They're in Europe and USA. In my country, I'm going to be electrician with $500 pay a month. Yeah, that's going to be cool. While renting a flat costs that much. Even being a manager, I made more. So yeah, that's crazy. That's why it's better to do at least something in your life than doing nothing. And sometimes when you're doing too much, it's better to slow down, take less responsibility, took off some expectations and concentrate on less. So to let yourself in the future have more, and possibility to have more if you would reach this point in the future. That's my point of this video. That's what I wanted to say, to be honest. I find it's beautiful. I'm sorry. That's so cold. I'm dying already. My hands are frozen. I'm a really talkative person, and I'm really anxious to be honest, for quite several last month. I just kind of lost direction, but that's not what I'm trying to say. I don't want to whine about it. It's stupid to do on the internet fuck, never do it. Like, better keep it all with yourself, and just keep your face up. Continue looking for possibilities to do. If you can't apply to job, there are so many applications there. Job market dying. Concentrate on improving your skills. Don't just apply. Like, start looking for other jobs. Maybe you can like analyze the market. Maybe you can get other qualification. If you're software engineer, probably you can go to data engineering, let's say. It wouldn't take longer than half of a year probably to get minimal requirements, but you still can get it. For the university as well, you can master one subject here and there, read about this and that, find this and that. If you can't work exactly on the task, work on the environment for preparation to work for it, or try to do something. And oh my goodness, so I'm running out of patience. Thank you very much. I love you, and I love that you're watching this bullshit. If you're watching it, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy I can share with this, and I happy I can document my life. Even I don't have possibility to really see it and cut and think of scenarios. I just talkative person, and I just like to document my life and things I'm working on. That is. Oh, thank you.